Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hey everybody.
Hi guys.
We're on holidays at the moment.
Oh, I'm loving it
and
sick.
loving it.
We've gotten a collection of some of the finest work that we've done throughout the year. Oh, guys.
And then we padded it out with some rubbish.
Don't
undersell
undersell it, Nathan. Don't undersell it. And this, of course, being a live broadcast. Today's best bits are all about...
All things kids.
Couldn't have said it better
yeah.
myself.
Oh my God, right to the point you are.
Enjoy.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Shaun, talk to me about your children's pets over the years. Take Rex out of the...
I'll take Rex out of there. We've had a couple of fish that have gone by the wayside, of course, because once they get them and they're desperate for them, then all of a sudden no one cares. And then we had the plague of the guinea pig, which was... We said, personally, we had the chickens as well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And they were... Anyway, Rex got along really well with the chickens, too well, in fact.
Thought they were delicious.
Yeah, and they decided their new house was inside of Rex.
Yeah, and then we moved on to the guinea pigs, and of course, for some reason, the missus decided that it was okay if we got a female guinea pig to go to the male guinea pig, which is
Does she
named Michael
understand
Jackson.
Yeah.
the birds and the bees?
Well,
She didn't think of that applied to guinea pigs?
Yeah, apparently, and next thing you know, obviously, that's
4
the
kids.
one thing that they do, guinea pigs, and next thing you know, we had guinea pigs up the wazoo, Nathan.
My brother
That's
and
not where
I...
you're supposed to put them.
We would save our money and then we would go to Anne's Pet Supplies on the way home from
yes,
school,
very
and
famous
we would
Anne's.
pick up guinea pigs, which were $2 each, and I think it was a dozen for 10.
A dozen is a lot.
Some bargain was there.
Well, it makes sense.
Anyway, so we were just like continuously bringing guinea pigs home and like chucking them in the hatch. And then,
Kids always want guinea pigs and they never look after them because you've got
never.
to clean out the cages a
Anyway,
lot or, it stinks.
So we didn't really know too much about the welfare and what guinea pigs are up to, but and all their breeding.
Just more concerned with the price, weren't you?
Yeah, bargain. And then they just started breeding, and Mum thought there was rats in the cage, and there was just and then at the end we had thousands and thousands of guinea pigs. We had guinea pigs in the walls, we had guinea pigs in the roof. There were guinea pigs everywhere. Let me bring you to hamsters. We don't really do hamsters.
No, they're
do we?
similar vibe to guinea pigs.
Yeah. How's this? Humans can catch COVID from pet hamsters. That was the likely cause of a Delta outbreak in Hong Kong.
That's crazy, isn't
That
it?
Delta outbreak, they're pretty sure it was from hamsters.
Were the hamsters eating
serious?
pangolins? What was going on?
It's amazing. After a 22-year-old pet store worker tested positive to COVID on January 15, researchers collected viral swabs and blood samples from animals in the pet shop and the warehouse supplying it. There had been no locally acquired infections with the Delta variant since October. The study, which is yet to be peer-reviewed, found more than half of the Syrian hamsters in the pet shop, there was 8 out of 16, and the warehouse, 7 out of 12, were positive. None of the other animals, including the dwarf hamsters, rabbits, guinea pigs, chinchillas, and mice, were infected.
Just the hamsters from Syria,
Yes, the Syrian hamsters.
imported into Singapore.
Hong Kong.
Are you
Hongers,
Syrian, they
honkers.
said? This is unbelievable. So imagine that your child has brought home a hamster, or you've gotten a hamster, you've a child, which you resent straight away because you know you're going to be looking after
Correct.
it.
Yeah, you do.
And then it gave you COVID. You'd hate that pet's guts. Oh,
Massively.
you'd hate
Massively.
it. Did you ever have any warm feelings towards the guinea pigs, Shaun?
Never, ever.
Never.
Nath, they took up we have a tiny balcony.
I can't believe
no
Megan
view.
let this happen.
They lived there and they just pooed all over the place.
Yeah,
they
that-
made an absolute stench and they ran around the joint when
No,
they got
she
She,
had a
there.
let, she
wonderful
lets you
time.
live there, so it's
No, it's
fine.
What are you talking about? They're living on the balcony every night, little sunset drinks. Oh, having a great time. They were like,
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Being a parent is hard, and when your children want pets and animals in their lives, sometimes you go, yeah, what a great idea, and then you realise you have to do all the work and you come to resent that animal.
imagine the parents in Hong Kong that went and bought their child a pet hamster and then found out that it caused that COVID outbreak. Hamsters give you COVID.
There you go.
You'd hate that pet.
Indeed. Justine's in Safety Bay. Hello.
Hi, how are you today?
Oh,
Good, Justine.
Justine, do you hate your kids' animals?
Yes, I do. They have axolotls, all because Minecraft has them, and they're both autistic, and they decided that they needed it and had to have it.
Yes.
And now I look after it and have to feed it, and I forget to. And if it dies, I'm the one that's in trouble.
Yes.
The worst
Oh,
thing about an
yes.
axolotl is you have to walk them too, don't you?
No, they don't. That's what we thought.
What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean?
They're just in a little tank.
They're
yeah.
in water.
Right.
They're in a tank in water, and you have to clean it all the time because their poo doesn't biodegrade or anything like that, so you have to
Filthy animals.
scoop it out every single day.
Oh,
so your
Justine.
kids, I didn't realise they featured heavily in Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, they are. There was a big, massive thing about them about a couple of months ago.
Great.
Well,
The
there's an
axolotl
insight.
breeders must have paid off Minecraft
Oh,
to put
yeah,
them in
yeah,
there,
they're
I
like,
reckon.
Wow.
Nice work. Thanks,
First time
Justine.
we've had someone come on our show and say they hate axolotls.
Brittany's in High Wycombe.
is
Hi,
great.
Brett.
Good morning.
Hi, Brett.
Do you hate your kid's animal?
I do, and I hate my husband more for it.
Okay.
My children come home with once a week wanting a different pet, and I'll have a short 10-second discussion with my husband about it, and it's a firm no.
Yep.
My husband then takes that, goes out next day on his own, unsupervised, comes home with his animal.
Your husband,
Husband
is just,
unsupervised.
your husband is constantly the hero, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
He is the
And
hero.
you're,
lets us do
you're
everything.
always the bad guy.
Yeah. So let's run through some of the
Every
things that he's brought home as surprises.
He has brought home 2 baby goats.
Okay, sorry.
that's next
I
level.
thought it was fish.
Yes.
Right, so 2 baby goats.
2 baby goats. We've had 3 chickens.
Yep.
We've had 2 rabbits, only one still alive. We've had about 10 budgies on every 2. They've got to rotate because they all die at the same time. So we've just rotated.
What are
them
you doing?
through.
You're supposed to feed these things. You know that?
Exactly.
And the
Oh,
animals,
you know what?
kill a
The animals-
budgie.
why aren't the animals talking to each other and go, don't go with him?
Oh, yeah, there's-
Don't go with him.
It's a heavy toll at your house. Okay, what else?
We've had about 4 dogs. I flat out refused to have a cat.
Yeah.
And we've had a frog. We've had, they started off as tadpoles, then the garage
Yep.
turned into a
Oh, yeah,
giant
yeah.
thing full of frogs. And he just brings home dumb shit all the time.
Yeah.
There's no way to
Brittany,
sugarcoat that, is
I
there,
know.
Britt?
If one of your kids doesn't become a vet, then you have every right to be very, very annoyed with this situation.
Oh my God.
Which one do you hate the most
the
historically? Who have you
At
hated
the
the most?
moment, the only one that is still living, we have a rabbit, but it's not going to be living for very long because last week we just bought a brand new couch and it's got electric recliners in it and it plugs into the wall. And the rabbit, when my son lets it out of the cage, it doesn't like the wood floors, so it only stays on the rug. And then it doesn't like children, so it hides under the couch. So it chewed the cord to my couch.
Oh, the
And
electric
when
couch.
I turned the couch on, it short-circuited my house. Short-circuited my entire house.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
jeez, Britt.
Brittany, the
Yeah.
house is going to burn
So-
down if you keep these animals. We need to rehome that rabbit immediately. Thanks, Brittany.
Oh, that poor rabbit.
I love how it hates children.
Do you think that rabbit just went under there and knew what the electric cord
Yeah,
was
so
like?
it's
I
trying to
need
end
to
it all."
end this situation.
Thanks, Brittany. Jess is in Byford. Hello.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Hey, good,
Oh,
Jess.
know about that one, Jeff.
Tough being a parent, isn't it, Jess?
It does. Good luck to the bunny, by the way.
Yes.
I know, good luck.
Yeah, but crazy crab.
Oh.
my
Yes, we've
kids,
been through
I
a
don't
few
know
of them.
how many times. They're so appealing. They paint, nice,
shells?
pretty
Yes.
decorations. Yeah.
Few
But
stickers.
the kids, obviously can't keep them in the tank. They've got to take them out and then get distracted. Where's the crazy crab? And we've
just-
got cats, unfortunately.
Oh.
And so. No, a few dried out crusty crabs
Sean's been there.
behind the curtains.
Fly spray. Behind the curtain, where else are they going to be? Fly spray, they reckon. I told you that story.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
We're talking about when you make a threat, that's one thing, but actually following through with it.
Yeah, the Russians are threatening to leave an American astronaut up at the International Space Station
On his own.
on his own.
We know that they'll follow through. I've got one that just resonates with me big time. My mate G, he was playing with my other mates. They're playing for Ross Moyne Rhinos back in the day of footy. He was playing reserves. Yeah. His mum actually had never come along to watch him play football in this particular year. So this game that they were playing, they were absolutely flogging the opposition. My mate G was playing in the back line, and he said to every player in the back line, if you run down and flood the forward line, it's against what we're trying to achieve here. I know we're winning, but it's not all about everyone kicking goals. Yeah. And so he said that a couple of times over, and he said, right, if the people keep doing it, running down from the back line into the forward line, stuffing up the whole system, then I'm walking off. I'm not playing anymore. So sure enough, his mum comes down. She's a bit late to the game. She comes in the second quarter. Guys in G's back line start running down to the forward line trying to kick goals. He just walks off. He quits. He walks off.
He carried
goes down.
through with the threat.
Yep.
And
And
his
his mum
mum
was left there for the first time in the season to watch him play, and he just walked
And
off.
he walked off and she didn't
threw
see
his
him do
jumper on the
anything.
ground and drove off.
All right, we are following through on threats right now, which is a good thing to do this day and age. Leonie's in Lakelands. Hi, Leonie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Leonie.
What happened?
Okay, my son will be 24 this year, so it was a few years ago before he could read.
Yes.
Anyway,
So 4
he
years
was-
ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He was giving me grief. I don't even know what for, but boys being boys.
Yeah.
So I told him I was going to take him to a naughty boys' home.
And?
And I found, we had an old people's home close by.
Yes.
So I drove him there, and on the door it said staff only.
Yeah.
But I told him it said naughty boys' home.
Yeah.
And to get out the car.
Yes.
So I made him get out the car.
Yeah.
And I drove off, not far. I probably just drove around the block. Thankfully, nobody came out of that staff-only door as I left my child there. But to this day, he reckons he's scarred for life because he was left at a naughty boys' home.
Can I just
think
say,
so.
can I just
An old
say,
people's home.
if they had brought him in,
I know.
he would have been abducted by all the nanas in
Yes,
there.
and raised by
And
them.
raised by 1,000 nanas.
He would have gone, the naughty boys' home's actually
full
awesome.
of old ladies.
Grannies. Spoil me.
Oh, my goodness, the things we do, honestly.
Thanks, Leonie.
And your mistake was just driving around the corner not too far.
Yeah, that's
Next
right.
time, you go home for the weekend.
Take the advantage of
Back
the,
in the day,
break.
parenting is the only way to go.
Rebecca's in Ellenbrook. Hi, Beck.
Hi.
Hey,
All right,
Beck.
we're talking
Hi,
about
Beck.
when threats are actually followed through with. What happened?
Oh, my mum was a big one following through on her threats when we were kids. And the most prominent one was when we were driving from Bunbury back home down to Donnybrook. And they said we were all fighting in the car. There was 4 of us.
Yeah.
So we're fighting in the back of the car. And she's like, "You don't stop fighting, I'll let you out." We're like, "Oh, yeah, keep fighting."
Yeah.
So, of course, they pull over on the side of the highway,
Yeah.
dumped us all on the side of the highway and drove off. And we saw this car going down up over the hill, and away they went. We couldn't see them anymore. And, of course, we all just looked at each other and started crying and thinking, oh, my goodness. So we're walking down, all 4 of us walking down the side of the highway, and it took them about half an hour to turn around and come back and pick us up. And they said, right, get in the car, sit down, shut up, and not a peep all the way home.
This
Yeah,
is
it
what I
worked,
like
Rebecca.
about
It
it.
worked.
Because these days, I mean, all days, highway, leaving your kids on the side of the highway is a dangerous thing. They could have been abducted and stuff. But back in the day, parents didn't care. If you got abducted, then that wasn't on us. That was on you and your behaviour.
Lesson learned, though.
They
Well
did not
done.
care.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We're talking about when you make a threat and then follow through with it.
Hello, Jess.
Oh, good morning. How are we?
Good morning,
Yes.
honey. All right. So it's good to stick to a plan, and a threat is a plan. What happened?
Sure is. We were in Kalbarri and we'd just been out to Nature's Window with all the kids in tow and had a great time. Everyone's getting a bit hungry, a bit cranky. So on the way in the car, on the way back, chucked the kids a muesli bar. And next minute, they're getting dobbed on by their older sister because both the boys have thrown their rubbish out the window, which is a big no-no because we keep Australia beautiful,
Yes,
everybody.
we do.
Yes, we do.
So we pulled the car up. We probably travelled a couple of 100 metres further, and out you get, boys. Go and find your rubbish.
Yep.
So, being a piece of muesli bar wrapper, it flew quite a long way, and we could have gone anywhere. But no, we were sticking to our guns. You keep walking. You keep going further into the bush until you find it.
So how
One of them
long?
found-
How long did it take?
It was probably a good 20 minutes before the first one came to find one,
Yeah.
and then they both claimed it was theirs. Of
Yeah, of course
Oh,
they
you would
did.
do for sure, Jess.
They both had the same muesli bar, so it was the same wrapper. Keep going. You can
There's
help
got to
your
be
brother.
another one. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
both of
good.
you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jess, if it was to take 3 hours, would you have stayed there for 3 hours?
if I could handle it.
Yeah.
If I'd had enough, yeah. But
That is
no,
really
they did it. They did it. Yeah.
It's your commitment too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your commitment to time.
my
That's unreal,
God.
Jess. Well
Yes.
done. Nature's Window. What a spot.
I know, and especially giving your children scab duty out there. That's brilliant.
I know. Love it. Thanks, Jess. Liz is in Stirling. Hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Great,
Hey,
Liz.
Liz. We're loving hearing these stories of threats being followed through with. What have you got for us?
My daughter at the time was 15 and she'd stolen my credit card out of my bag to join a dating site.
Yes, Liz.
Anyway, long
I love how she decided mum's paying for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We found out through the credit card statement that we got that she had joined RSVP.
Yes.
And
As a 15-year-old.
yeah, 15. Yeah, and
God.
I actually went on the dating site and found her, and she was portraying herself to be a lot older, obviously.
Yes.
Anyway, long story short, we, my husband and I, sat her down and said that stealing was not right
Yes.
and the wrong thing to do. So we threatened to take her to the police station, and we did.
Oh, you did?
So we-
Yes.
Yeah, we drove her down to Joondalup police station and we spoke to the sergeant there.
Yes.
And we left her there with the sergeant for half an hour.
Yes.
Yeah, we went and had a coffee and we came back and she looked rather traumatised, but the sergeant said, "Look, I think she understands now what she did was wrong." So that was fine. We went home, but we also she was very excited because we had bought her tickets to go and see Chris Brown's concert.
Yes.
Yep.
We took the tickets off her and we sold them.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Liz, well done. And did you make her go on a date, Liz? Just to really rub her face in it?
No, but I did have a bit of PTSD afterwards. I kept checking the websites to see if she was anywhere online on the website.
How old is she now,
But
Liz?
She's 30 now,
Yeah,
but
right.
she was more traumatised by us selling the Chris Brown ticket.
Yeah, right.
Oh, then spending
yeah.
time with the sergeant at
Yes.
the police station.
Yeah, and she has not stopped living, talking about it
Yeah.
and telling us off for it. even
Did you
now.
point out the credit card fraud? Did you point
absolutely.
that out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Liz,
Okay.
when did she finally find the one?
She's actually getting married in May.
Yeah.
Oh.
To the sergeant.
So
It's beautiful.
It took 15 years.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
So I want to know if we are wasteful people, because our producer Amy did something a little bit earlier on. You can check it out on our socials. She had an apple in Glad wrap, and she opened up the apple and she just said to me, "Oh, look at my son and the way he eats an apple." And then she showed me this brown chewed up apple, and I was like, "Oh yeah." And then suddenly I went, "Wait there, why have you got James's apple here at work?" And Amy's with us right now. Amy, why did you have James's half-eaten, actually probably three-quarters eaten apple here at work?
Because I was going to finish it, because I'm not wasting any more food, because literally that's all we do in my house.
So when did he eat the apple?
Last night after dinner.
And then you Glad wrapped it.
Correct.
Put it in the fridge.
Yep.
Brought it to work this
Yep.
morning and finished it.
Correct.
Now, for me personally, I think that if you were to have finished the apple straight after James had finished eating it, I get that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
The strange part for me is Glad wrapping it, waiting 8 hours and then bringing it into work.
In a brown apple
It's a
as well.
brown
It wasn't that
chew.
bad.
It was.
No.
No,
Hang on, Amy.
the chew bits were brown.
There was...
It looked like it could have been pulled out of any bin.
Now, can I just say, let's
I'm not
dissect
trying to
this.
throw any. I'm just being
Not
real.
just saying what you say.
Leftover lasagna, leftover dinner,
Yes.
another half of a sandwich or whatever. Totally fine, like that kind of. But an apple. An apple.
There was enough there was enough on there for me.
Amy,
There was
it's
enough on there for
indefensible.
me, yeah, to justify what I just did.
Okay, just stick to your thing.
I'm a
That
mum and
is.
I'm just sick of wasting food.
Yes, that's what your thing is. You're sick of wasting food.
Correct,
You're sick of
Sean.
wasting food.
Because it's literally like I have coals on my floor every night after dinner, and I'm like,
it was
seriously,
2
though?
bites
You should
of an
check out my
apple.
joint,
I know,
Amy.
It was
but
2 bites of an apple of a chewed brown apple.
Your children have pushed you this far.
And to me, that's foreign. To me, that's foreign.
That was foreign.
I'm all about saving food and having leftovers. I'm all about it, but I have never once considered saving an apple, putting it in Glad wrap and taking it to work the next day.
What about a half-chewed banana?
No,
I
I
definitely wouldn't do that.
If someone
wouldn't do
else
a
had
half
if someone else had chewed something, wow, we found our limits. If someone had chewed something and then there's no way I'm wrapping it up and eating the rest of it.
I think it's because it's my son. I'm okay with it.
No,
I don't think I would do it if it was ours. I think it's because it's my. I don't know.
No, that's okay. No, it's fine with your son. Take the son out of it. It's you brought in a chewed up apple.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We're discussing the idea of waste not, want not. To us, it was strange that our producer Amy brought in the half-chewed apple of her son, who didn't finish it last night, wrapped it in Glad wrap, put it in the fridge, pulled it out this morning, and then was going to eat the rest because she didn't want to throw it out.
We had a big discussion about leftovers, which we all love, right?
Leftovers.
We were like,
life is leftovers.
Loving leftovers, but
the apple, sure, the apple. Sure. But it looked like it had been chewed by dogs. And it was brown.
And it was brown, like, let's be honest.
And we just want to know, have we got a problem? Are we the ones with an issue, not Amy?
Sarah is in Morley. Morning, Sarah.
Good morning, guys.
Okay, Sarah,
Hi,
we
Sarah.
are open to criticism, Sarah. Are we the ones with the issue, or is Amy right?
Amy is right, 100%.
Amy is right.
Funny Amy put you up first.
I know, Amy. By the way, everyone, Amy's answering the calls and putting the calls across.
Okay, tell us why, Sarah. Where do you sit with this?
Okay, so I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and it is a never-ending battle. I will go to the fridge after a fresh grocery shop, and there's like one bite out of a piece of fruit, an open banana with like a nibble halfway down the side, not even off the top. Chip packets get open and just put back in the drawers, and it's like if I threw everything out that they'd opened or nibbled at, we'd be poor. So we rewrap. We would cut the top off, reheat it. I'll put it in lunchboxes.
Right.
Can I just say to you, cutting the top off, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay.
Bringing in the chewed remnants of an apple that has gone brown.
And like
with
chips
the
and stuff,
tip.
that's fine.
And also,
Chips,
can I just
but
say how
sucking
polite
on
your
fruit.
children are that eating banana from the side? I always think that is so great, people eating a banana from the side, don't you think, Sean? That's a
very
well-raised
polite.
child.
Very polite.
All right, fair enough. Nefo in Thornley. Morning, Nefo.
Hey, how are you doing?
How you good, Nevo?
Oh, gosh, we've got a guy here, Sean. Here
Righto.
we go.
All right,
Nefo.
let's see where he sits.
Is Amy right?
It's Nephi, but that's another story.
What is it? Nephi?
Nephi, yeah.
Oh, Nephi.
Nephi.
Nephi, 1,000 apologies. Sorry,
Thank you,
Nephi.
Nephi.
How is it spelt Nephi? Just, I want to know.
Nephi.
Oh, okay.
N-E-P-H. I'd never had a Nephi before. I'm loving it.
Oh, no. I had one grilled once. It was nice.
They're good with peri-peri sauce, but just mild or a lemon and herb?
I'm always mild.
All right, Nephi.
Leftovers.
I'm team throw it out.
You're saying throw it out, Nephi?
Bro, I can sympathise with Sarah with the kids, but the ex-wife I caught her making a sandwich for me one day for work.
Yep.
And I saw her washing the ham under the tap. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh!
She was washing that sticky high. It was off.
Throw it out.
Is that why she's now an ex-wife?
Oh!
Definitely.
When they're washing the ham slime off the ham because it's off.
Should have seen
Put
what
in your sandwich.
I was mortified.
Nephi, I'm mortified.
Oh, my God. You should have seen where she was getting the Vegemite spread from.
Can you not smell that ham now? And then when the ham's a little bit tacky, and she's scrubbing
it off. That's disgusting.
Nephi,
All
I'm
right.
glad you got out of that because I think she's trying to kill you.
Orla is in Vic Park. Morning, Orla.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Ola.
Hey, Orla. All right, are we wrong and Amy's right, Orla?
Just 50-50 there. I don't mind using leftover food, but not when someone's gnawed on it.
Okay, so if
That's
you're making,
our thing.
I mentioned this to the guys before, like we have leftover foods, then the missus will go, let's make a soup. You know, that type of thing. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
But not,
Well,
then if
like
Nathan...
I live alone.
Yeah.
I live alone, and when I have breakfast, like, say if I have porridge in the morning, I have some fruit, and I'll just have half a banana and then wrap the other half up and use the next half the next day.
Sweetheart, you know what? That is very economical and also so sad.
Hey, you're in the same boat.
I know,
You're
mate.
in the same boat.
Can I just tell you, Sean, how much crap did you give me when you looked in my freezer that time and saw sausages in twos?
They were rats. They were all in
And you understand sausages in twos, don't you, Orla?
Yeah, I do indeed.
We're not going to cook a 10-pack of sausages.
I actually pre-slice all my pepperoni and put it into Ziploc bags in the freezer. So
That's a Morris thing to do.
All right. Adric in Canning's Arm. Morning, Adric.
Good morning, guys.
Adric! Good to hear from you, mate.
Hey, buddy.
It's been a while.
I know.
Where do you sit, mate? Tell us a story.
Well, I'm probably the worst person for leftovers because I'll eat anything.
I know you will.
If it's been in the fridge for a week and a half, that's mine.
Yeah, but when we spoke to Neffy earlier on, and he was talking about washing the slime off the ham, you wouldn't do that though, would you?
I get the partner to smell it. If she thinks it's no good, then maybe I don't eat it.
So wait,
are you talking about food?
But Andrew, you don't trust your own sense of smell with food because you'll.
No.
Okay. All right, keep going.
And eating food that's been eaten by other people, yes, I'll do that.
No. You do that?
Just this morning, I ate my kid's leftover nectarine. She had half and left it. I ate the rest of it.
Yeah, that's fine because that was straight after she'd eaten it, yes?
But I can't be for sure because it might have been last night or this morning.
Oh, okay.
You just picked it up.
Okay, Andrew, you're disgusting.
Yeah, who did
Andrew's the person that will walk on the ground, see a half-eaten sandwich, not knows who it was and eat it.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Yeah, and I can say that for a fact because we know Andrew.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.